Shalom, back in with another video. I'm at Straitway today. Came here this morning, as you can see. And I know I've been showing a lot of videos on what we're doing and the progress that we're making over there at Straitway, Kentucky, East. And I don't even know if I want that to be an official name or not, Straitway, Kentucky. But then we got like a few Kentuckys. So yeah, I guess it's gonna have to stick. But anyway, as I got here, and even before I got here, I was meditating on everything that we're trying to do. And I started really thinking about everything that has happened here at Straitway since I've been in the ministry. I've been around since 2011, and it's 2018 now. And man, I tell you, they have really done a lot. I mean, when I first came here, I think Pastor had a block home here. They had a lot of mobile homes down here. They had 2 homes that were actually being completed when I first came. We did a freezer building. Now they've done a lot of work in this short amount of time. I'm talking like, 2 of the homes down here. You're talking about a 4-plex being completed. You talk about 3 kings, a deck, a pavilion, the bungalows now, an additional shower house. You talk about extension to a dining hall, extension to the tabernacle, which I was very instrumental in with them doing, which was, every time I come out here, it seems like I'm doing foundation work. But another thing that they've done was a gym and on the other side of the gym, I think they have an additional room. So, I mean, they've done a lot of things, man. I mean, definitely something to aspire to, I mean, and I guess you could say if there's anybody that's really following what they're doing, I mean, I know I'm striving to. So, but we had to really push the pause button on everything that we're doing, all the progress. And the reason being is everything takes money. Money. I think the word says that money answers all. So, I mean, you get money, no stress. You got money, you have that which you have need of. And the list continues to go on and on. But anyway, so we're gonna move what I call country slow. So all the brethren, Deacon Gorman and them, they're just gonna hit the pause button for now. We're still doing stuff, we're still working, but we're not gonna be moving as fast or as quick as we once were when we first initially started kind of hitting it. We gotta be wise with spending. I mean, I think sometimes you can get a little too excited whenever you first get out in the community or some land that I mean, because we hit landmarks is what we've done. We've hit a lot of landmarks. We set out and we said, hey, this is what we're going to do. Come together, put this money together, buy this land. We're going to start building it up. We're going to put a home here. We want to do a shed here. And mind you, Pastor Dallas, his idea to do it big as it is. And he and the brethren here from Straitway, along with many other people, went out there and actually built it for us. We're just trying to complete it. That's all. But I mean, the list continues going on. We got raised beds now, and hopefully whenever that gets completed, I'll come on make another video about that. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to say shalom. Come on, give an update or whatever. Probably got another video coming here shortly thereafter. So, but this is the inspiration. All right. So this is the inspiration. Straitway. This is the inspiration. This is the encouragement. This is it. Pastor Dawes always said about influencing people, influencing, provoking, and if anybody's ever done that, it was him for me, definitely in my mind. So, anyway, shalom. Oh yeah, I wanted to also say, I forgot this while I was outside, I wasn't thinking about it at the time, but I really truly understand, comprehend. More and more each year that goes by that I've been in ministry, I understand and comprehend concerning communal living, why Pastor Dow functions the way he does, why he deals with people the way that he does also. I'm telling you, man, and I can also speak to this because I've been living communally myself since 2015. I think Elder Roos has been doing it since like 2012. And so I mean, I've been able to glean from a lot of different people, but also living with saints, man. Iron sharpened iron, man. There's no hiding. There's no fooling around. There's no playing with this thing. I mean, because we are a people with this Eurocentric mindset in a society which we've all been raised and reared in as an individual type mindset to try to come together and become a tribe, to become one unit, to become one body. And sometimes it is not, you know, sometimes it could be difficult. Let me just put it that way. And it's not difficult. It's difficult because of humanity. And Pastor Dallas has always talked about humanity, humanity, humanity. And I just must say I understand why he deals with people the way he does, because not all men are created equal. No women, no leaders, whatever the case may be, go down the list. Um, and what I mean by that, not everybody is of the same makeup, if you will. As a leader, I understand why he functions and deals with people the way he does. I understand why there are certain stipulations that must be put in place. Um, because in the day, he, as the head, the leader, any leader this is, I'm talking about, has to make sure in a community setting that the land runs efficiently, it runs well. We have to make sure that, you know, there's that we're financially responsible. We have to make sure that we're physically responsible uh, for everyone in the community, and not only everyone, but everything on the community. The leader is the one that, and this is all the burden that he bears. You know, all the building projects, all the decisions makings that he has to make, and things of that nature. Even myself, because I'm in that situation now, it's a lot. It can be a lot, you know. And one thing I've noticed is uh, the leaders are the ones that tend to have a lot more attention to detail. They tend to be more even keeled. They're the ones that tend to be more sober minded, move slow towards making decisions, things of that nature. But and we also have to put people in position as as helpers, to help us complete the mission. And uh, when I first came around, I used to think that Pastor was off the chain. You know, he didn't allow certain things. I'm not gonna say what all those things were that I had witnessed, but you know, nothing bad per se. But let's take something real small, vehicles. You know, now, yeah, we have all things common. Everybody uses all the vehicles. We you know, we save up money. We get good running vehicles. We got trucks, we got cars, SUVs, vans, whatever the case may be. Well, what happens when you have a brother that is, or even a sister that's very irresponsible, um, or that this person just got bad fortune, should you say? It seems that everything their hand touches, it just doesn't bode well. They're always getting citations. They're always wrecking vehicles, getting in fender benders and stuff like that. Maybe they don't take care of the vehicle as much. And I'm starting to learn that, you know, and I'll be honest with you. I mean, sometimes I ride with some of the saints and I say to myself, this vehicle ain't gonna last long. I say that to myself in my mind because I watch how they take care of the vehicle. I watch how they drive it. I watch how they handle it. And I say to myself, man, this thing would last a lot longer if it was just me driving it, you know. And track record proves such things. But I understand why he has to put something in order to say, okay, hey, you brothers, you five brother, or hey, we just got this new SUV, only myself and these other three men right here gonna be driving these vehicles. I can understand why he would put something like that in place, because if he doesn't, then just if he cares so much about people's feelings, even I gotta do the same thing. Um, if I care some, if we care so much about people's feelings, they just gonna keep messing on one after another, one after another. Then you're gonna come up to it and say, hey man, what happened with X Y Z? Oh, well the other brother didn't catch it. Let's say for instance, I'm in a vehicle this morning driving this way, and I recognize really quick that something's not right with the truck. Well, there's been other saints driving it, not only me. Other people have been driving it, and no one seemed to point it out. But yet I just drove 2.5 hours with my family, and I noticed it just like that. So I called up Deacon. I said, hey man, I need you to go ahead and set up an appointment for next week. You're gonna go and take this vehicle in to get it checked out, you know. Or let's say, for instance, that's on the vehicle front. It's all about attention to detail, because I don't know what it is. I just think it's the leaders, that's just how they function. I'm just starting to realize that. And this is no dig against anyone else, but us as leaders have to say, okay, hey, this brother, man, he's very good in this area. And he's very poor in that area. Well, let me set him up. He'll be doing these jobs, and we'll give him this responsibility because he excels over here, but he sucks over there. You know what I'm saying? Just can keep it real. Same thing with a sister. I mean, if a sister's always burning biscuits, or if a sister's always um, making food too salty, and maybe there's a dish that's never coming out right. I mean, why we want her to continue doing that? That's something I do on the land in Straitway, Kentucky. I like to get a consensus of certain meals, and I'll go around the room and I'll say, "Hey, man, how'd y'all like that meal?" And you get maybe 4 people like, "Oh, it was good, it was good," and you get some brothers off the bat like, like never again, you know. So, so why continue to do something that is going to be a detriment to that? It's going to be a downfall of the whole, whether it be in a morale sense, whether it's going to be a downfall in the physical sense, to maybe something that some equipment, a vehicle, something of that nature, anything. Same thing. If somebody got a green thumb, we're going to use this person in the garden. You're going to be probably overgrowing stuff because you like this type of stuff. But I mean, if you're always messing up, you, if you're always messing up vegetation and things of that nature, why would we allow you to continue even fooling with it? And so I'm starting to understand why he has to function, and it may even seem rude at times, you know, but that's what a leader does. You know what I'm saying? And I think that I do agree with Pastor on this. We live in a very sensitive, we live in a time where there's a very sensitive generation. Uh, uh, Adults even, just very sensitive. It's all about their feelings and how they feel, and we're so cautious of how we make people feel, and we just don't care about feelings. That's one thing I do notice about men in Israel, the leaders in Israel. Is just, hey, we're gonna say it because we need to say it, and it must be said, whether it's rebuke, whether it's in treatment, or whatever the case may be. I gave a teacher some time ago, and I talked about 3 different types of people, or 3 different types of men, workers, or whatever the case may be. And one of those were, you have the first type was like, uh, he knows that this one brother or sister knows the mission. They've done it 5, 10 times with me. Well, I can actually give him his own crew, send them off. They'll take care of that work, no problem. Don't have to go behind them. They'll be fine. Of course, I go look at the work, see how it was done, because I like that type of work. I like building. So, but you don't have to go behind that person. Then you have the second person, which is not a bad person to have on the team, but they'll do no more, no less. They'll do exactly what you say. No more, no less. Um, and that's just being a good soldier. That's really nothing bad about that particular person right there. But then the third is a pretty bad one. You have to constantly go back and reteach, or redo work, things of that nature. Every day is a new day, and and every day you're showing them the same thing. You're almost like reteaching them. You're teaching them the same thing for 5 days in a row. Let's say, there's some people out there like that. I don't know if it's because they're so timid. I don't know if it's just such a lack of focus, or whatever the case may be. But you damn near got to cuss them out, curse them out, just to get them to go in the direction that they need to go in. Not to say that that's what's happening. There's some brothers. I mean, you could see it even in the level of honor. I mean, some brothers are just so honorable. You're very honorable back. There's some brothers. I got a brother. I call him. His nickname is presumptuous. I call him presumptuous, and I call him by his name. That's pretty bad. And I told him to his face. Why? Because that's how he acts. That's how he behaves. He doesn't see himself, obviously. So, anyway, I clearly get why Pastor Dow and why really any leader would function the way they function with certain people. I get it. I totally get it. And I've had somebody tell me in the past, you don't talk to me the way you talk to, Brother Josh or Deacon Gorman. And it's like, well, I don't need to. He gets it. I just tell him one time, he's fine. So anyway, I thought I'd just come back on real quick, or want to continue in my thought when I was speaking about how the inspiration of this community has really led to us doing what we're doing up there in Kentucky. It's really nice. It's beautiful. Every time I come out here, I just get more built up, ask more questions, I gain more knowledge. So it's been nice, and it is what it is. All right, bless y'all.